pack the car full with as many people as we can. We're gonna have a ton of fun. You know, there's no state record, so no matter how many people we get in there today, we're gonna set a record no matter what.
Is everyone here?
I am number one. That means that I'm the first one in the car.
Fun, energy, teamwork, Medaille College, squeeze it all in there. There's gonna be a lot of knowledge in that car, a lot of knowledge.
Are we ready?
3, 2, 1,
Let's go. Come on.
We got a lot of time. 10 minutes is going.
They had space by their feet.
I can't breathe. This is so uncomfortable. I'm not. Oh my God.
Oh, make it work. Make it work.
Oh my God.
See if you can get in between the legs.
That's it. That's a wow.
That's it. That is an official New York State record.
I think some of them were in some awkward positions.
Like sardines.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it smelled like that in there too.
We had 19 students, so we set a New York State record. We're gonna have to figure out how many pounds of human beings were in here.
And they're not hurt. They're all good. Everybody's safe.
And it's always going to be a Medaille College thing. This is going to be one of those things where I'm going to be able to look back in 20 years and I'm going to say, remember that time we broke the record? And everyone's going to be like, yeah.
You know, Medaille College, that's what it's all about.
Our instructors are very engaging. They will actually, if they see that a student isn't participating, they will go and reach out to that student. They'll try to contact that student. So if a student has a question or a concern, they can actually talk to somebody and they give feedback. So every student, whether you're introvert or extrovert, will have constant interaction with that instructor. They create a wonderful, positive, nurturing learning environment.
My career field was the intelligence field. I was a counterintelligence agent, basically gathering the information to protect U.S. forces in foreign countries. Long story short, 19 countries in 21 years. I retired in 2003 from the military. I completed my degree at Medaille in May of 2007. The MBA helped me take the skills that I had from my military career, the leadership skills, the management skills, reshape those so that they fit the language and the look of corporate America. It's allowed me to come out of the MBA program and serve as a leader in the business community as the president of the National Black MBA Association in Western New York. 2 new projects I'm working on in the nonprofit zone is a new VFW post in Western New York and starting to work with big brothers and big sisters. I'm really kind of still sticking to the entrepreneurial spirit. Medaille taught me to be a CEO. That's what an MBA really boils down to. The ability to run every facet of a business.
My name is Rob Baird. I am an academic advisor here at Bryan & Stratton, and I'm going to tell you 4 things, 3 of which are true. The first one is I used to live in Peru. The second one is I've never broken a bone. The third one is I already forgot what the first one was. Okay, sorry. Let's see. My name is Rob Baird. I'm an academic advisor here at Bryan & Stratton, and I'm going to tell you 4 things, 3 of which are true. The first one is I used to live in Peru. The second one is I have 5 tattoos. The third one is I've never broken a bone. And the fourth one is I've had more than 10 speeding tickets. So now you have to pick which one you think is true, or which one you think is false. And if you want to know the answer, you can give me a call here at Bryan & Stratton at 1-800-787-5216, extension 280. And one final thing, I once snuck into a NFL quarterback's party and was soon after booted out. So if you want to know about that story, you can give me a call as well.
The honors program here at Medaille is a collection of students who stay together throughout their entire term at Medaille, working and learning together.
We focus on a central topic. This semester we're talking about love canal, so we're doing informative speeches in public speaking and research papers in justice and democracy in America.
In the honors program, when we adopt these themes, it just gives you this kernel to focus your studies on throughout the semester. Teaching the students to think is what this class was designed to do, what this Love Canal project was designed to do.
Love Canal, it really was a seminal event in raising American and worldwide environmental consciousness, a dynamic that's largely being forgotten, I think, by younger generations, and a lot of the lessons learned, I think, are being forgotten. So we wanted to kind of bring it back to student consciousness and integrate it with coursework so it provides a theme. They're able to see the site, see some of the impacts of decisions, and then link it to courses where they will do writing about this, various topics, and then also informative and persuasive speeches. The initial part is the field trip, which provides, kind of the visual background for what we're trying to accomplish here. In this area, this at one time was a nice, dynamic neighborhood. People were proud to be here. Kids went to school, which, was right over there. And attention was brought to the fact that a large number of young women and men who were starting families were having a fairly high incidence of deformities. Various neighbors were getting cancer, and people were talking about cancer, and it became a concern for, average folks. And they realized something was amiss. And it didn't take a whole lot of research to discover kind of what went on over there. And perhaps very importantly, gave an indication of just what power people do have when they're educated and they act together.
It got pretty quiet. The band got very silent. They were taking it all in, and it had a deep impact on them.
By the time we were leaving, you were relieved to see other cars on the highway and people in their houses.
Chemical companies that knew how dangerous this stuff was, why the heck did they decide to let neighborhoods get built, the government let neighborhoods get built on top of these areas?
All they cared about was that they sold that land to the city of Niagara Falls for the Board of Education for $1, and they got a great tax credit from it. It really wasn't until when my son became sick, there was no reason why this little boy should have died. So at that moment, I became very active.
When you truly learn something, not only do you research it and you know about it, but you're actually able to understand, and you can take things further. The honors program helps us do that.
One of the real activists, Lois Gibbs, she felt that her child's life was threatened, so she spoke out.
We have just talked to the White House. President Carter has met with Congressman LaForce to discuss the Love Canal and what they're going to do and what we need.
I think Lois Gibbs is a hero. She's a great example of what everyday people in a normal community can do to make a difference.
you become a better citizen, because if you have an argument with a school, if you've become a mother and you want to fight the PTA, you now have a sense of how to go about it. How to go about it in a way that's inclusive, a way that you understand there's two arguments, two sides to each issue. You can analyze theirs and analyze yours. I mean, in every point in your life, you actually get involved. I think that what they learn in school and what they learn at Love Canal and they learn at other places makes them a way better citizen. I mean, you know how to move forward in a way that you wouldn't have, I think, otherwise.
Citizens need to be involved. One of the real goals of this project is educating our students so that they can become effective citizens, effective leaders, and effective thinkers. When individuals mobilize, when they become vocal, when they become educated, then in fact they're a powerful force for ensuring democracy.
There's no greater need than education for these kids.
Well, the philosophy of the school to help them become better and to realize that there's more to life than what they see on the outside of this building.
The essence of the model is in a small community school in the neighborhood, so it's accessible to the people that need it most. The parents are desperate for a change. It's just not, for whatever reason, it's not working in the school the kids are at.
We have to get them to understand we care about them. Although they may do things that you want to put them underneath their desks and sit on them, but they know that we love them. And that's the main focus, love and kindness. And maybe they don't see it anywhere else. We don't know that. So that's our focus, is to help these guys, because we're giving them what they probably would not get anywhere else.
You want to get them, involved in something like this before they have to, totally tighten up, batten down the hatches, and move on. So that's the challenge. And this school is not about followership. The school is about leadership. It's all about that relationship and developing it, earning the confidence and trust of the parents, earning the confidence and trust of the kid, that, yeah, we're going to be hard on you. We're going to be tough with you. We're going to demand a lot of you. We're going to expect a lot of you. But that's because, as you also know, kid, we really care about you.
I've always had good grades, but at my old school, they didn't really challenge you.
When I was going to a public school, they used to baby me, give me the answers, so I wouldn't have to do any work. But when I came here, they stopped all of that. So I was able to work on my own, find the answers, and if I needed help, I can ask for help and they'll show me, not just give me the answers.
But here, since they want you to get good grades and they want you to go somewhere in life, they give you harder work to test your knowledge.
No matter what, we are here for them. And they realize that once they get in here and see that we mean business.
Last year I used to get a lot of detention because I used to act this fool around. So in detention, like Elder Hill will tell you how to prevent that from happening. I learned that I should just take the fact and say, I did it, instead of just arguing with the teacher.
I mean, it's amazing to me that some of these kids still have any malleability in them, you know, anything that we can reach for. It's just a credit to them and to their families that they're holding on, you know, despite all the obstacles and pressures.
I like silent reading because I like reading books, and I like that I could just sit in silence and read.
You know, you got a kid like David Karambisi. All right, here's a, you know, African refugee family, escaped from the violence of Rwanda. He had certain art talents, and he did an amazing ink drawing with a ballpoint pen. So David presents this to me, and I'm like, oh, it's very interesting, you know, like, what's your thinking here? And he says, well, the hand of God presenting spiritual food to the teachers, the mother bird. And then the mother bird presenting that spiritual food to us students, he said. He says, Father, if you notice, I wanted to include the young birds feeding each other. He says, because that's what this place is all about. Well, we got to take care of each other, you know. It's that. And so when that kid put that into that drawing, that they feed each other, I was like, yes, that's what it's all about. Here at the St. Augustine campus, I say, what is a real man? What is a strong man? Someone who stands with the lonely kid. Someone who stands with the kid that's being picked on. Someone who, you know, will not let their brother in the program do something stupid. You know, that's the real man. You know, I've had mothers tell me explicitly, Father, I want my son to come here because he really needs to be, you know, around positive adult male role models. You know, I'm blessed. I have 2 African-American male teachers here. Find another, you know, Catholic or public school that has that. I'm blessed, you know. So it's not a traditional Catholic school. From what I understand, we get like 5% of our revenue from tuition. Now you talk to any school and they'll say, what? How could that be? You know, but that's the way it be. You know, it's like 5%, that's all. Because we deliberately have made a choice to reach out to families that cannot pay tuition. Because they are precisely the ones who most need a new chance. The money is out there, right? And the generous hearts are out there. But a lot of times people, they're waiting for the right moment and the right project. I think a large part of our task is to help people to see that maybe something good is going on here in this 2-campus program, and maybe it's something that, you know, you might want to invest in.
Everything you learn in life, you'll use later in life. So since I'm learning how to become a better person and become a lady and I'm more mature, everything will help me, like, get jobs and be able to get smarter and stuff like that.
The investment might actually be better than investing in Wall Street right now. You know, you're going to get a different payback. You're going to get a real payback. There's no doubt about that. I mean, that's part of our faith. But also, you might be surprised at how beautiful that investment, you know, can blossom into something amazing.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Medaille College's annual Community 101 Fair.
Hi, my name is Rebecca, and Medaille has changed the way I think about Buffalo. Community 101 is fantastic for students. It gives a panoramic view of what Buffalo is and what it was.
I always love the Community 101 Fair because it has a double focus. It has a focus on facts, on things, and it has a focus on stories and human beings.
Unearthing identity is something that we try to mix in with the archaeology aspect we had, and about our class where we were trying to find critical thinking to find out who we are and where we're supposed to be. I learned a lot from the project. There's so much to find out just in our little small towns that we take for granted every day. It's very informative, the labor and things that people and the work that they put into this community, so it can be fantastic for us today as students to be able to come here, live here, go to school here, and succeed here.
What you've done is you've chosen to see, to read, to understand the place where we live, which can be understood just in terms of numbers or facts. You've chosen to read it, where we live, in terms of its stories.
Hi, my name is Kyra, and Medaille has helped me change the way I think about people. My project is to reach out to the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community and let them know that it gets better. We took the It Gets Better line and put it towards other groups because it's not just the LGBT group that needs support. It's the homeless people that need support and the kids that are in jail that need support. 1 out of 3 kids in Buffalo are homeless or have been homeless. And there's a lot of crime going out there with teens wanting to get their attention. I like the project, yes. I thought it was inspirational. The It Gets Better campaign is always there for them if they need help or guidance. I thought it was a good way to reach people.
Really, there are 2 goals for today's event, for the Community 101 Fair. And those are to celebrate the work that you've done in this first semester and to make some time to reflect on your learning.
Hi, my name is John, and Medaille has changed the way I think about how the school can contribute to the community. The project is about the Noco Street Neighborhood Art School. They offer painting classes, photography classes, and pottery classes. The art school changing a lot of people's lives, I think. Many people who went there once, they become artists. Some of them, they have their permanent collection in different museums across the country, and some of them become arts teachers. Just the works themselves moved me, and that's what I think quite shocking to me and attracted my attention, and that's why I decided to do this project.
There are some things that just make me feel really proud of Medaille. The fact that you have done what you have done across these last 10 weeks, learning how to see the city, read the city. I'm a teacher, and that speaks to my teacher's heart. This is really, really cool.
It's a bunch of different things from the past, from the future, what we're working on, what we worked on, and it's a great blend to have all of that together to see what it was and what it can be. By doing Community 101, we learn about so many other things, so many other people that helps broaden our perspective when we go on and graduate and move into life.